The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
You, Rand Paul, and one or two others have Ed's vote, okay, and prayers coming for 2016. Will your campaigning neutralize the voting for yourself and other true conservatives? What I think he's concerned about is whether Jeb Bush ends up getting in and running and end up losing the nomination for the presidency.
Well, to be fair, I haven't thought about anything like that for 2016, and that's the truth. I think I have a job right now. Here's what I've learned in the time that I've been involved, whether it's in my law career or doing this. If you do a good job at whatever your job is, you'll have other opportunities in the future. And it may not be the opportunities you think. It may be something else. But you have to do a good job. So my goal is to do the best job that I can here in the United States Senate, to represent the state of Florida, but also to uphold the constitutional principles and the things that I think make America unique and special. And I think if I do a good job there, then I'll have options, and one of those options is to give someone else a chance to be in the Senate. I mean, I don't intend to be here for the next 30 years, and so maybe someone else's time, and I can go back and live under the laws I helped pass or repeal. Maybe I'll have an option to run for something else, or maybe I'll decide I have more work to do. I'd like to stay for another 6 years. I don't know that yet. A lot of that is based on, prayers and how my family's doing and how my marriage is doing, all these things that are important to me as well. And also it's about whether I feel called, where I feel strong about things that remain to be undone, that remain to be done, where I still feel passionate about the role that I'm playing, or whether it's times to give someone else a shot. So the time will come to make those decisions. But in the meantime, every single day that goes by, there are things happening in Washington that are hurting America. They're hurting America badly. You think about this debt. One of the things that's going on right now here in Washington is the Democrats and some Republicans want to move to budget negotiations with the Senate. And we have it with the House. And we say, that's fine. You can do that. But only on one condition. If you promise in writing not to raise the debt limit as part of that negotiation, to use that negotiation to raise the debt limit. And they say, well, we have no intention of doing that. And we say, okay, well, can you put it in writing specifically? And they say, no, we won't. And I say, well, if you don't intend to do it, why can't you put it in writing? That's a fight that we're having right now. And it's not, and I'll tell you why. Because the national debt that the country's facing, it's not just a moral hazard. In essence, it is. What we're doing to our children and our grandchildren is absolutely wrong in leaving them saddled with this debt. But it's hurting us right now. There are jobs and businesses that are not being created in America right now because of the national debt. Because people look at that debt and they say, until they figure out what they're going to do about that, I'm not going to risk my money in that country. I'm not going to risk my money into that economy. And we need to be focused on that like a laser. And I hope that's what all conservatives will focus on, is issues like that. The time for campaigns, it's out there. There'll be a chance to do all of that. But we need to do the jobs we have right now. And we need to take care of the jobs we have right now, because our country's being hurt by these things.
I think we all agree with that, okay? And
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.